Welcome back to Five on Fridays with Vince Staples. This is our second episode, and we're happy for you to be here. So we got some notes about the last one. First note, nothing that can be considered to be slightly offensive to the apple tree. We got it. We understand. We won't do it again. Second note is that the people might not be clear about the context of the show, so let me break it down for you. We play 5 songs in 5 different lanes, so to say, and we enlighten you with context as well, because we're the professionals here. We know more than you when it comes to music. It's a lot of people here. It's not just me. So we're going to play 5 songs for you in 5 different lanes and some other things you might not be that aware of. First up, we're going to get into the Prince of Compton, Steve Lacy. He just dropped his 3rd album titled Oh Yeah. Now, I will be honest, I am biased because I went to elementary school and middle school with Steve Lacy. He's an alumni of the prestigious Optimal Christian Academy connected to Red's Liquor Store on Long Beach Boulevard in Palmer, down the street from my grandmother's house, which has been sold, by the way. So one of those people has history. Don't know who lives there, but one day I'll come by. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. He just released his 3rd album, and he had his listening party on 76th and Western. It's beautiful. Shout out Lauren Halsey. This is a beautiful show where we play beautiful music, so let's get into it. This is Doom by Steve Lacy. 5 on Fridays. And that was Steve Lacy with Doom. Compton alumni. Real Compton City G, as Eazy-E would say. Let's keep it interesting because, we support mental illness here on 5 on Fridays and most JCAT behaviors. Not all, but most. Let's get into Beaches in Tennessee by Cage the Elephant, which goes over the recent bout with mental illness that the lead singers had. You know what I mean? And just a message for the children out there, as well as the adults, as well as the babies and animals. You can lose your mind, but do not lose the rhythm. Because if you lose the rhythm, you will have nothing. Understand me? Let's keep it going. 5 on Fridays with Vince Staples. And that was C-Dubs with Don't Say. Shout out all the children making whatever music they want to make, especially the blacks. I have a preference. Sorry, don't really care, but I do have a preference. That was C-D-U-B-Z with Don't Say. And all the children out there, please start putting spaces and proper spelling in your artist names. The elderly, we don't know how to find you guys because you guys can't fucking spell nor read. But C-Dubs, just a little space there. It'll really help me out a lot, buddy. But we love you and we like your messaging. Messaging is everything, especially in hip-hop. And when it comes to hip-hop music, the messaging of Larry June is some of my favorites. He has a message of health, gratitude, wellness, and, staying 10 toes down when they pay the fee. His mantra's 3 simple words. Thank you, Larry. And we appreciate that here on 5 on Fridays. This is 5 on Fridays, by the way, where you discover music with Vince Staples. But back to Larry June. On Apple Music. Can't forget the guys that pay the bills. But back to Larry June. If you see him in the Bay Area, in the Ferrari, or, the Fox Body, or on the Specialized S-Works, I think he has a Cirrus too. Greet him with these 3 words. Thank you, Larry. This is Better Decisions by Larry June off his brand new album, titled Who's Coppin'? 5 on Fridays.
Number 2.
That was Better Decisions by Larry June. Brand new album just came out today. Make sure you listen to it while you're 10 toes down on the blade, making them choose up. But let's take it a couple weeks back and go to Tiarra, one of my dear friends. If you don't know, this is unpaid payola. Earlier, they asked me if I was playing a certain song by a certain group that had a movie out 15 years ago. And we're not fucking doing that. We're not doing that because, you've had your time. This is for the people who I feel like the world needs to know about, because it's 5 on Fridays with Apple Music and Vince Staples, not 5 on Fridays with, Ryan Seacrest or one of those people. Let them do the other shit. We're here for the people. Wax Museum just came out recently. Tiarra said it's her first real rap or real hip hop. I forgot the term she used, project. Either way, she's full of shit because Tiarra has been on local smack DVDs freestyling since the early 2000s. She is what we like to consider here a God MC. So we're gonna get into Wax Paper off Wax Museum by Tiarra because we support all the God MCs here. And stop lying to the people, Tiarra. You are hip hop.
Conductor.
And this is 5 on Fridays with Vince Staples. That was another God MC, Jehovah, Jigga Man as they call him, featuring Blue Ivy. That song is called Glory. He came off a historic week, as we know, but I'm not surprised. You're not surprised. It happens. It's Jay-Z. Where else is he gonna play but Yankee Stadium? You know what I mean? Throw your rocks in the air in solidarity. Now, we're gonna take it across the pond, as they like to say, and go to London. I don't really know much about Gorgon City. I just really like this song, but it makes me think we need a musical civil war in London. They've never had their East Coast, West Coast. And fatalities I'm cool with as well. We need them to push the music forward, but there's a lot of talent out there, from north to south, but we need to draw a really fine line in the sand and just compare sides. That's just my opinion. I think South London might win, but I'm biased, as we know. 5 on Fridays.
Number 3.
And we're still across the pond. Keep your fish, keep your chips. We're doing road. Here comes Jungle with their brand new single returning someday somewhere off the new album Sunshine, available August 14th. I was supposed to be on this, but couldn't really think of a verse. Sorry about that, guys. 5 on Fridays. And that was High Tech with Audi Shouty off of Honey Pack Volume 1. Detroit's techno trio. A lot of people speak about the origins of dance music, techno music, house music. Some say New Jersey, some say Detroit. The only thing that I think can get to the bottom of that is just a nice little quarrel, a squabble, if you must. Meet in Ohio, maybe Columbus, and just get into it, get busy. I have a lot of love for the blacks, and I wear it on my shoulders, so either location is good for me, but little fisticuffs never hurt anybody. We took a quick detour to Detroit, but grab your shanks, make sure they're sharp. We're back across the pond for Yard Act. They have their newest song, Fiction. They released You're Gonna Need a Little Bit of Music, produced by a lot of great people, recorded between Leeds and LA. I've been to Leeds. I've been to the festival. The food's bad, it smells like shit, but the music is great. And Yard Act is an example of that great music. When I hear it, I just think, to be honest, I think about Jackson Taylor and everything he's been through with his mother and his stepfather, Clay, and how he ended up being a snitch in the later seasons of Sons of Anarchy. I've never really forgiven him for that. But things are different now, We can just tell, I guess, so... Thank you, Jackson Taylor, for being before your time, and thank you, Yard Act, for this brand new song, Fiction. This is 5 on Fridays with Vince Staples.
Number 4.
Fiction.
5 on Fridays. That was Yard Act with Fiction. Shout out to the rock and the roll. Shout out to the white boys, too, keeping it alive, you know what I mean? Speaking of white boys, let's get into the garden next. Set of twins, actually. Twins are disappearing before our eyes, in music and in reality. They're becoming the new panda, or Tasmanian devil, or triceratops, clean water. It's a lot of shit that's disappearing right in front of our eyes, but the garden is making sure that the twins stay alive within rock music. Orange County's own, by the way. Never seen them before, but I've heard about them from several people. Heard good things and bad things, and that's rock and roll. That's an important part of the ethos of rock and roll. Someone has to hate you, or else you're not really rock and roll. That's more like post-punk. You know what I'm saying? But here's The Garden with White Cadillac off of their album, Bootleg. Once again, this is 5 on Fridays with Vince Staples, live on Apple Music, not those other places that aren't worth shit. This is the place to experience your musical endeavors. We are the professionals here, okay? We're not that other thing or those other things. We have the best color palette and we have the hardware to back it up. Where's your fucking hardware? You don't have any, so shut the fuck up. Speaking Apple Music out of your fucking voice with that loud voice and that rough tone. Watch your fucking mouth until you get some hardware. Some of you other guys had DAPs. What are they called? DAPs? What happened to those? Sheesh, they're gone. Oh, we're still here. Apple Music. Grow the fuck up. That was Show Me the Body. Their new album Alone Together just dropped recently. A lot of production from Kenny Beats, a friend of ours. And this is all about friendship. It's about unpaid payola, so to say. Because like I said, we are the professionals, 5 on Fridays. 5 different songs in 5 different genres, and we'll never run out, ever. Because thousands of songs release weekly. Because the artists are fighting over scraps. So you have to release 20 songs every 20 days to pay your $2,000 rent in Temecula. Up next is another friend, our final and 5th song, Sid. She just released her album Beard. It's been a minute. This is her 3rd solo, not counting the internet. That's coming too. But she's back, and I must say, very fond of Sid. You know, a lot of people give a lot of people a lot of credit for a lot of things Vince Staples. Sid deserves most of that credit. Her and Mike G, but we'll get to that later. With this album, Sid seems to be in the best place that she's been. Just from the inside looking out, you hear a lot of happiness, a lot of content subject matter within her music, and I'm very happy to see that. I'm very happy that she's released this music to you all, because the one thing about music and artists is, you know, most of the listeners don't deserve it, but for those few that truly do care about the art and truly do care about the artist, this is one of those artists that will never let you down. And I'm very, very happy that she's able to put this music out and live her best possible life, because there are a lot of people out here making a lot of music, and I don't like most of you. Most of you are terrible people. Trust me, it takes one to know one. You're a piece of shit. But Sid is an angel. And this is 5 on Fridays. Let's get into it.
Number 5.
5 on Fridays, that was Anytime by Sid featuring James Fauntleroy, the wonderful James Fauntleroy, for brand new album Beard. 4 years is a long time, but it was worth it. It was worth it, you know. So much great music to play, and sometimes I wish we could have this show forever, but based on how HR works, I don't think I'm able to be on air that long. Something will go wrong. Definitely. We missed the Black album, another friend, and we're going to get into some of that. Love is a New Gangster, way back from May, I think it came out. This song is called Wifey Baby Mama. Gotta love the title, gotta love the music. Let's keep it vibey. 5 on Fridays with Vince Staples.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Five on Fridays, that was Nia Smith or Nia Smith. Once again, I don't know. I just like the song. But I think she's from South London. I can hear the textures in the voice. We've done a lot of road today, and we want to say thank you to everyone who's been a part of the show. First, we played Steve Lacy's Doom. Then we played Larry June's Better Decisions, Gorgon City's Oracle, Yard Act's Fiction, and Sid's Anytime, and a bunch of stuff in between. All songs are created equal here on 5 on Fridays, and we appreciate you for being a part of this process. We hope to be here next week. I don't think I said anything too crazy. We will get notes very, very soon. No one's in the room today, so we're going to get more notes than usual, because that's how it works. Hopefully we see you next week. We love it here. We love to share music with everyone. And I'm trying to think of a song I want to play again. We're going to try to kind of round out the list. We got to get enough time to like play a little bit of every song that we played on some like, and here's this week's wrap up type shit. You know what I mean? I'm also working on my work voice. This is my current one. I'm thinking about adding a little bit more bass to it. For the next one, or a little bit more treble, but we have to differentiate it a little bit more. So we're in the process of making the show better for the listener, because we love the listener and we love the fans. Okay, the fans are the most important thing. See you next Friday, 11 a.m. Let's exit out with this Steve Lacy Doom off his brand new album. Oh yeah. Shout out Mr. Bradshaw and Miss C and Mother Thomas from the front desk. I don't know if any of you are dead, but you guys are pretty old, so I'm guessing someone's not with us right now. Thank you for our education. Me and Steve appreciate it. See you next week on 5 on Fridays. Hopefully you're listening from heaven. When it comes to hip-hop music, the messaging of Larry June is some of my favorites. He has a message of health, gratitude, wellness, and, staying 10 toes down when they pay the fee. His mantra's 3 simple words. Thank you, Larry. And we appreciate that here on 5 on Fridays. This is 5 on Fridays, by the way, where you discover music with Vince Staples. But back to Larry June. On Apple Music. Can't forget the guys that pay the bills. But back to Larry June.